Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude sans the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling video. Yeah, I'm taking off my hat for this one because obvious reasons. Now, for those of you who follow me on this channel, know how much I've been gushing about the improvements about the women's wrestling that we see in NXT. I mean, people are still talking about the perhaps the greatest women's match ever to happen in the last 20 or so years in the Iron Man match between Bayley and Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's title. Now, I will go on record. I have said that the Bellas, particularly Nikki, have had marked improvements in the ring. Unfortunately, we're just sick of them. We're sick and tired of them. They've been overexposed, so much to the point where no one wants to see them around anymore. I will say, Nikki has improved in the ring, but when you compare her to the likes of Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Paige, she just comes up lacking. And everybody knows this. I'm not a blind hater because I hate her for particular reasons that everyone else might. I just don't like her for the reasons of just being average when she could be so much better. But imagine my surprise when someone on the CBR forums drops this little bit of news. I'm going to bring it up the article right now. It's from WrestlingInc.com. And it says, Nikki Bella gets the top spot in women's PWI Top 50. For those of you who don't know, PWI is an acronym for Pro Wrestling Illustrated, one of the oldest pro wrestling magazines still in publication. I actually had a few of their issues back when I was in high school during the Attitude Era. So this is and the PWI always does like top 50s or top 100 greatest wrestlers working today, and it's a bit of a source of controversy. But this right here, source of controversy right here. I'm going to read the article right here. It came out yesterday, November 4th. In a move that will likely cause controversy with at least a few readers, Pro Wrestling Illustrated has announced that former Divas champion Nikki Bella will take the top spot in their annual PWI 50 for female performers. Bella spent the majority of the year as a dominant Divas champion, eventually earning the longest title reign in the title's history. Inside the ring, Bella has shown obvious improvement, but still drew the ire of many fans. She's currently sidelined with a neck injury that prevented her from traveling with the WWE to Europe. She noted on Instagram that she's doing rehab 8 times a day for the injury. Bella commented on the achievement saying, quote, "Thank you, PWI, for naming me #1. I truly feel like I've won the Olympic gold medal. This achievement has made me feel the past decade was beyond worth it. I know there'll be haters, but if they can't see past the character, that's their problem. It's nice to be acknowledged for hard work." For being spelled FPR. Typo. Bella would go on to talk about the obstacles she and her sister had to overcome during her passionate Twitter post. It's worth noting that PWI rankings are strictly kayfabe. You can see the comments below, blah, 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 and I will leave it in the comments section. Now, kayfabe withstanding, I have a problem with this because normally, as far as kayfabe goes, I would not have a problem with this if it were any other year, because women's wrestling hasn't had much of a forefront as we do right now. But given this year, the amount of amazing women's matches that we have seen over the past, 10 months in the WWE, particularly in NXT, I find it hard to believe that Nikki would top any #1 list. I'm not going to sit here and say that she's a terrible wrestler. She has had a marked improvement in the ring. Like I said before, it's just not where it should be for someone who was a dominant champion. So the only claim to fame that she has right now is the fact that she was the longest reigning Divas champion in history. This is kind of an asterisk on this because there were two main reasons why she is or she was the Divas champion for so long. One, because her boyfriend is John Cena, and there were reports that John didn't want Nikki to drop the belt to Charlotte. There was the plan that was going to happen that would allow Charlotte to drop the belt to for Nikki to drop her belt to Charlotte when she came up from NXT, but Cena was like, nope, I don't think so. But yeah, that's just the reports. The second reason, AJ Lee, and more importantly, her connection to a certain Chicago-made Punk. I don't want to say that. Yes, this is everyone. This is pretty much this. Her being the longest reigning Divas champion was something of a spite to AJ Lee, who left the company last year. And because, well, the company is still a little bit sore about CM Punk leaving, they had to make it so they gave the record. They had to overtake her and not really give her the title. They not really give her the recognition of being the former longest reigning Divas champion. And now they never have to mention her again, which is sad because AJ Lee was hella talented. And you think I'm joking? Look back at Night of Champions this year when they were naming off all the great former Divas champions. AJ Lee didn't get a mention at all. So yeah, I'm not just making this up. They really wanted to erase her from the history books simply because of who her husband was, or is in this case. But yeah, other than her having the longest reigning longest reign of that particular title, which is god-awful, and they say she's dominant. The article says that she was a dominant champion. The dominant champion wrestles. Nikki Bella did not wrestle in a lot of the major pay-per-views this year. She didn't wrestle at the Rumble. She didn't wrestle at Fastlane, as far as I remember. She damn sure didn't wrestle at WrestleMania, which should have been something to showcase her in her dominance. She didn't wrestle at Payback or a few of other successive pay-per-views that they had. In fact, the only matches she's had leading up to her breaking the record were tag team matches. Tag team matches and tag team matches and tag team matches, or non-title matches that really didn't mean anything in the long run. And the only reason she broke the record was the match in which they used fucking twin magic, which was fitting because that's how she got the belt. For those of you who don't know, twin magic is an annoying piece of kayfabe in where Nikki Bella would switch places with her sister Brie, and in the ring, it's stupid. It's really, really stupid. But yeah, and honestly, I've been seeing people defend this, saying that she deserves it. Well, here's the thing. Can you name me, if she's such a great champion, can you name me one great, not talking good, not talking average, not talking passable, name me one great title match that she's had this year during her title reign? I'm talking about a 5-star classic. I'm talking about something that will define her career for years and years and years to come. Because you can be the longest reigning champion of anything, but if it's not marked by something that sets it apart from other long title reigns, then what's the point? CM Punk defended his belt a lot during his epic title run. Yep, Bobby Roode, the longest reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion in that company's history. He defended that shit left and right. Let's see, who else was a better long-term champion? Hulk Hogan was love him or hate him, but he defended that shit too. Bruno Sammartino, longest reigning WWE champion in history, defended that shit. But can you remember, and honestly remember, a memorable match that she had that was actually good or great? Now, I say this because once again, this does a disservice to Sasha Banks and Bayley, who had two back-to-back 5-star classic matches. Can you say the same? Have you ever seen anything? How many in the WWE? When was the last time you saw a 5-star women's match in the WWE? I'm talking, I mean, just a match that just you would remember for the rest of your life, that blew your mind. That's what I mean with a 5-star match. A 5-star match is what Cena Owens was. They just had match after match of good quality wrestling. When was the last time you saw Nikki Bella pull a 5-star match out of her pretty little ass? See, this is why I don't like this. I don't care if it's kayfabe or not. This is acknowledging her laziness. This is acknowledging and rewarding her laziness, that you can just be average and be rewarded for it. That you don't have to strive to be better. I mean, she got better, but she could have been so much better. Like I said, we had an Iron Man match, 30 minutes. And it was an amazing matchup. If you haven't seen Bayley versus Sasha 30-minute Iron Man match, then you need to see it, because it shows you that not only can women's matches be great, they can main event pay-per-views. Can you honestly tell me with a straight face that Nikki Bella should main event any pay-per-view? That if she got into the ring with someone like Bayley or Paige or Sasha Banks of all people, do you really think there would be a 5-star match? Be 2, 3, 3.5 at most? But can you say 5 stars? No, you can't. But yeah, this I don't know what to say. I don't want to make it sound like I'm coming off this. I'm trying not to be hateful on her. I mean, I know she put in a lot of hard work, and I know she's recovering from a neck injury and all, but this was not deserved. She only won the belt for bullshit. And the only reason her record lasted as long is because the people backstage are spiteful bastards who wanted to erase a better champion, a more dominant champion than her out of the record book, so they don't have to mention her ever again. But we gonna remember her. As far as I'm concerned, AJ Lee is still the longest reigning Divas champion, because I don't recognize Nikki Bella as being that reigning of a Divas champion. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy in a straw hat. So yeah, that's my take on PWI naming Nikki Bella the top female performer of the year. If you like what you see, link, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about this whole messy situation? Leave it below. I will get back to each and every one of you. Want to support the channel? Patreon is in the link. Tip jar is up there. I keep getting that mixed up. Advertisements all around. Clicking that like button helps me live. Helps me deal with shit. But yeah, until next time, it's shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, or sans straw hat for this one, saying good night. And I'm gonna go watch Sasha Bayley again.